Alright, welcome to another Therapy Thursday. I'm Cade, and trained as a posture alignment therapist where we help take the body, the posture, and give exercises to allow the body to heal itself. And a couple things happen is that when the body's in a better position, one, you're going to have less aches and pains, and then two, you're going to be able to perform better in the workouts. So today we have Nicole here, who's one of the trainers at Cade Fit, and she has a couple of aches and pains, things that feel uncomfortable. And she had them before she started working with us, but in the past, what did you think was going on when you had aches pains?
I just assumed it was like muscle soreness or like overworking injuries and stuff like that, so I'd mostly just take a break and then come back and just keep going.
Got it. And did that help them go away, or did they just come back when you trained again?
It did not help them go away, not in the long run, so no.
Got it. So rest helped, but as soon as you get back into activities, it come right back.
Yes.
Got it. Mm-hmm. So yeah, she's got a little bit of, she said shoulder pain's like a 7 today, and then the uncomfortable levels, no, the shoulder pain's like a 5, uncomfortable levels like a 7. Mm-hmm. And then some aches and pains and the like uncomfortable feeling in the hips, glutes, hamstrings, is that right?
Yes.
All right, cool. She also mentioned a little bit of elbow pain, but she thinks it's because of the shoulder, which is actually accurate. A lot of times we think elbow, wrist, hand stuff, is all that specific, and so we try to strengthen those muscles or stretch them or whatever, but a lot of times it's almost always coming from the shoulder. When you get the shoulders working right, elbow, wrist, and everything else relaxed, and they feel better. So our goal today is going to give a couple exercises, see if we can see what's going on in her posture and change that so that she can feel more comfortable. Sound fair?
Yes.
All right, awesome. So Nicole's just going to face the camera there. And then stand nice and relaxed. And let your body go where it wants to. So, a couple things that stand out. Nicole here, she tends to rotate a little bit. That hand will actually want to come in forward. She's actually not doing it now. She was doing it a little bit ago. But there's a little bit of rotation where that shoulder is forward more. So this shoulder has to work harder just to pull itself back. The other thing we can notice is as she stands, she actually leans off to the side a little bit. She was saying that you feel most of the way which leg?
On my right leg.
Right leg. So one side's working harder as she leans off to that side. So we're going to just jump in and do some exercises. The first one we're going to do is the upper spinal floor twist. So I'm going to have you start out laying on your side on the mat. Good. And then arms straight out and roll open. Good. This is an excellent exercise. It helps to get rotation in the upper body. We use the rotation to balance out both sides so that rotation actually comes out. She's going to keep her knees together. A lot of times when we do this, the hips want to roll open, and it actually doesn't stretch the right muscles. And so, basically takes out all the benefit. So she's just going to hold this for about a minute. Breathing nice and deep into her right rib cage. As she does that, she'll feel more of a stretch and allows the body to relax down. She's going to do both sides for a minute. We always want to do both sides because that helps to balance out the body, training the muscles to work the way they're supposed to, equally left and right. So now we're going to go ahead, speed up the video a little bit so that she can get the stretch and you guys can check in and see how she feels after. Good, and switch sides. Good, other side. Rolling open. What do you need? Which side feels tighter?
Right side.
Right side?
Oh, I can talk, right? No, so I'm gonna mark down the time that you said that you wanted to speed it up. When you're ready to because I can see the timer.
Cool.
I feel like that's gonna be way easier than.
Yeah, I'm talking now because I'm just gonna actually cut this part to get to the end.
Yes. So, but now I don't know where it's at. But I was like, oh, because it's not been
And roll back over. Good, let's hop up. Check back in, see how you're doing. All right, so what's changed? What feels different?
My right shoulder feels looser. It's not as like, I feel like I'm not shrugged. It's more back.
Okay, so it's more back.
Yeah.
You said it was a pain like a 5. I'm just gonna walk around and see how you're doing. Good. And so it was pain like a 5. What's it like now?
Probably like a 3.
So it dropped
Yeah.
two notches?
Mm-hmm.
And then uncomfortable as, what would you say it is?
Like a 5 or a 6.
5 or 6?
Yeah.
Okay, so both of them dropped down about 2. Cool, what else has changed? Hips or anything?
I feel like looser in my legs a little bit. Like I'm not as like locked in when I'm standing, which is nice.
Nice, good, good. So just changing the upper body, because if we're rotated, that shoulder coming forward, that's going to change, put different pressure on the front of the hips, back of the hips. It's going to put more weight in the front toe of one foot, more on the heel. Did you feel that you had that before?
Yeah.
Yeah. So a lot of times we're having stuff go on in the hips, hamstrings, all of that, and we assume that if we got to do something for that area, but as long as she's rotated, that's going to change the weight over top of those feet and hips, and as that comes back, changes, all of that changes altogether. So whenever we're looking at posture, we have to address everything head to toe, front to back, left to right, otherwise those conditions or those challenges that we're having is going to come back. So we just stretched both sides. We want to now put them back together, so we're going to do static extension. This exercise is a great one, helps to train the hip flexors, but also gets the hips and shoulders working together. So she's going to get into position. Good, let the head relax and drop. Good, and then push your knees into the floor a little bit. You don't have to bring them forward necessarily.
Is that good?
Good. Yep, how does that feel?
Like static extension?
Like static extension. So as she does this, her shoulders are going to be pinching together, stomach nice and relaxed. We don't actually want to feel the back working at all. We're going to help to avoid that by pushing the knees into the ground. That's going to get those hip flexors working and getting the whole body to join back together. Deep breaths through the stomach. We're going to hold this for 2 minutes. All right, if you ever are doing these on your own and you feel pain, please stop the exercise, and this exercise just may not be a good fit for you, but otherwise try it out, see how you feel. Good. Another minute and a half. Good. How are you feeling?
Great.
Good.
Awesome.
Push your knees into the floor a little bit more. Pull yourself. And you can relax there. Come up out of that.
Ooh.
Alright, so we're back. Just finished 2 minutes of static extension position. And apparently something's changed.
I feel like both my shoulders feel way more like not up here. Like
Okay.
less rotated.
Yeah, so let's rotate it. Shoulders are in a better position.
Yeah.
That uncomfortable feeling you had, what's it like now?
Less.
Okay.
Significantly. Sorry, I had to swing my arm. Yeah, less. Like maybe a 2.
Like a 2. So it started uncomfortable 7, now it's at a 2?
Yeah.
Cool, not bad for 3. 2
No.
exercises. Alright, how about your hips? What feels different? Hamstrings, hips?
I mean, they weren't too bad like when we started, but I can feel like I'm not super tight anywhere. Like it feels more just like everything's in line.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Everything's in line. What would be a good exercise to test the difference now?
Between before we started and then after.
Yeah, something that you were feeling like felt a little off. Any exercises? Like squats, deadlifts?
The deadlift felt really weird yesterday.
Okay,
Yeah.
got it. So we won't test the deadlifts right now.
Okay.
We'll get that set up, but cool. So everything's feeling better. So those two help to pull out rotation in both the upper back and hips while getting the hip flexors to work and shoulders. So just those two, huge difference for her. I'm gonna go to another favorite of hers. Because she leans off to one side a little bit, we wanna help both hips have a little more balance between the feet. As that happens, the muscles can relax a little bit more, feel better. How's the weight on your feet now compared to where you started?
It feels more equal.
More
and
equal.
not like, it's not on my heels or on my toes, it's more throughout the whole foot.
Whole foot?
Yeah.
Okay, awesome. And is there still one that has more weight on it than the other?
Probably still a little bit more in my right, but not as much where I'm like feel like if I went to pick something up, it would be all on my right leg.
Got it.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. So we're gonna go into static or wall drop. So this one is, if you watch these regularly, you're gonna find that we use this a lot. You're gonna go ahead, hop in. We're gonna hold this for about 5 minutes. So at some point we're gonna speed it up or just cut to the end. But this exercise, we're gonna put your heels against the wall, toes nice and straight. So turn your feet in a little bit, right about there. Good. So this exercise, as she hangs out here, one, she's gonna notice a good calf stretch. One of the benefits of stretching like this, a lot of times I see people stretch their calves and they'll do it like against the wall, they'll be twisting, they'll just kind of rock back. One of the benefits of stretching the calves this way is the wall is going to be like a plumb line where everything's going to balance and pull out rotation. So yes, she's stretching the calves, but because she's against the wall, she's not able to rotate the hips out, so they're going to stabilize, the shoulders are going to stabilize, and even the head's going to come back to the wall. The other cool thing is a lot of people, if they have an elevated hip 1 foot higher than the other, they think that it's a leg length thing, but truly actually only like 1% of the population actually has an actual leg length that is different. So what a lot of people have is a hip that comes higher than the other, which changes the legs. So as she's stretching here, those calves are stretching, it's going to change the knee position, which is going to change the hips, changes the lower back, mid back, head. All of that is changing as she falls into the wall or just relaxes into that position. So really beneficial exercise, changes a lot of things. It's one of the go-tos we have. If you go ahead and do it, listen to your body. If anything hurts, please come out of it. Once again, pain's a sign that something's going on, pay attention. But otherwise, really beneficial one. And also I've seen people with neck pain do this one or radiating nerve pain. As the position changes, the body rechanges, the head's gonna come into a better position, the symptoms go away. So I'm gonna keep her here about 3 more minutes and you guys can just check back in a moment. So we're back here now. I'm gonna give Nicole another exercise. So while people hang out in this exercise, sometimes we give them some other things to do to allow the body to adjust even more. So because she had some shoulder issues going on, that elbow pain, I'm gonna have her do wall presses, which is gonna allow the shoulders to drop down and back. So go ahead and put your arms out to the side, and she's gonna press the palms in and let the shoulders tilt down and back as she does this. So this is gonna help if the shoulders wanna shrug. As she presses, we're training the lower traps, the bottom of the shoulder blades to push down and back. She's gonna do 10 of these, keeping the stomach nice and relaxed. Good. So she's gonna do 10 in this position. Then she's gonna do 10 more, letting the head stretch. It's a little bit harder because we're actually stretching the upper traps while getting them to drop down and back. And then we're gonna also get the muscles to work with the palms down, head up, and then palms hanging down. All right? Gonna let her go. We're gonna once again speed up the video. Those are the 4 positions, so it's gonna be a total of 10 reps in 4 positions, 40 reps total. Strengthening the shoulder position against that wall. Pay attention to. All right, you can come out of that. Cool. All right, so we're back. She just finished her wall drop for 5 minutes and then her wall presses. Just want to check back in. What feels different?
My legs, my
So
calves.
Legs and calves?
Yeah.
How's the weight in your feet? Do they feel more equal?
Like almost perfectly
Almost
equal,
perfectly
yeah.
balanced? So hanging out in that position helps her feet to be more perfectly balanced, which changes the hips, everything up the chain. Whenever you're wanting to help align your body, reduce pain or any of that, you have to take the whole body in consideration. So she started out with some shoulder issues. We actually didn't do that much for the shoulders. Most of those exercises were for rotation and balancing out the hips to the shoulder. So just check back in, that uncomfortable feeling you had in the shoulders, what's that like now?
Almost gone.
So almost gone. It was at a 7 when we started, almost gone. We did 4 exercises. What else? That elbow pain, is that gone?
Yeah, like almost completely gone. I barely feel it when I'm going right here.
Cool. So she had elbow pain starting out, and in the beginning it was much higher and almost gone completely. Didn't do anything for the shoulder. We realigned the other parts of the body and that pain went away. So Cool. We did 4 exercises. We're going to give her a little bit more homework to do on our own, but that's a great demonstration to just show how as position changes, her body can feel better. She's also going to notice performance. She at one point was deadlifting with us, and 225 felt funny, shaky, and then we did her menu, made some changes, and 235 went up no problem. And so not only does posture help reduce pain, but it also is going to help her performance go up even more. So is there anything you'd like to add?
No, I just like it's interesting to see how one exercise, even though you don't think it's going to help that one body part, it might not necessarily be the thing that's causing it, which is what you said. So I wouldn't have thought to do static extension when I was thinking about like my shoulder and my elbow, but that's the one that probably helped the most. So it's crazy.
Yeah, so you never know what other parts are playing in with your pain. So thank you, Nicole, for playing. We'll be here for another Therapy Thursday, and I'll see you guys next week.
Bye.
All right, thank you guys again for watching another Therapy Thursday with us, where we do posture therapy to help balance the body out and where chronic pain can go away. So if you like the video, please like it, and if you know somebody that has some of the issues that Nicole's facing, whether it be from a performance standpoint or from a quality of life, share this video with them so they can learn more about how posture can help them live a pain-free life. If you'd personally like to learn more about your own posture and maybe some of the benefits or challenges you may be having, go to cadefit.com/posture, and we'll do a free posture analysis, show you what's going on in your body and how it may be contributing to your pain, and then create a plan for you so you can go ahead and get to that pain-free point where you can do any activity you want to do free from any limitations. So thank you guys again for watching, and I'll see you guys next week.